that's the way the government works, that's the way Singaporeans work. And that's the way we will have to adjust in order to conduct our politics. We have to adapt to this, get used to this, turn it to positive effect, use it to inform, to educate, engage people. And each of us has to learn. It's not something which you learn to mouse click, you're there. You must learn how to be savvy cyber citizens. Don't get taken in. Be discerning about what you see on the internet. When people say click here, check first before you click. When people say this is true, don't just send it to all your friends. Ask first, is this true? Set prudent limits so that we can flag problems and we know where the dangerous ground is. Participate actively by all means, but don't get swept away. And please don't catch mad cow madness. Our rules governing politics also must keep up to date. First of all, party political films. That means films about political matters. Right now, they are totally banned, and for a reason. Because politics is a serious affair, we want voters to consider issues rationally, coolly, detached, think through decisions which affect your future, and make a considered judgment. And our worry is that films are an emotive medium. The impact of seeing something on a film is quite different from reading something in cold print. It hits you viscerally. It affects engages your emotions before your thinking processes can kick in. And if you're watching it in a crowd, even more powerful, then passions can get stirred up and people can get carried away. I think this is a valid concern, but I don't think an outright ban is still sensible. Because this is how people communicate on the web in daily life. They make videos, they pass clips around. You saw the clips just now from the Flying Dutchman. Even my NDR, National Day Rally speech is now National Day Rally Multimedia Super Show. Has to be, because that's the way you have to communicate. And after the speech, videos, blog responses. And people make these things. Anybody can do this anytime, anywhere. Let me show you. I have a handphone here. It's an ordinary Nokia handphone. There's a handphone which has a little program loaded in it called Quick, QIK. And what Quick does is to turn this handphone into a video camera. If I click it, it will turn on, become a video camera. And furthermore, it will stream the picture immediately onto the internet, onto my website. So if I turn on the camera now, and I'm filming you now, you look on my website, you can see yourself. And I think we must make sure we see the upstairs people too. Slight delay, but it works. So please wave, you're on candid camera. There you are. Simple as that. I've just made our first non-political video. So, we've got to allow political videos, but with some safeguards. Some things are obviously all right. Factual footage, documentaries, recordings of live events. I think National Day Rally, surely no problem. But I think some things should still be off limits. If you make a political commercial, so that it's purely made up material, partisan stuff, footage distorted to create a slanted impression. I think those should still be off limits. In between what is okay and what is not okay, there will be gray areas. But I think we can deal with this. Just as we deal with it for non-political films. We have censorship, we have classification standards. It depends on subjective judgment. But we've worked out a workable system. A panel applies their minds. They make a judgment. I think we can work something out, but the overriding consideration is to preserve the integrity and the quality and the honesty of our political discourse. Keep it straight, keep it serious, think carefully about serious matters which concern our lives. The second thing we should change are the rules for political material which can be put onto the internet during elections. The rules we now have were settled before the last general elections. So, for example, and they're very restrictive, no podcasts, no video casts. And most people can't post materials during the election period. Only the parties, only the candidates, their agents can do that. By the next general election, 5 years will have passed. Now, cyber years are like dog years. 1 year in cyberspace equals to 7 years in real life. That's the pace at which things change. So 5 years times 7 means 35 years in the real world, means our old rules are way, way out of date. Means we have to change to new rules, liberalize, to allow people to participate more actively and flexibly. So you must allow podcasts, videocasts, must be allowed to post other election materials also. But we have to maintain or try to maintain accountability and responsibility somehow. It's not easy to do this. Do not think that other countries do not face these problems. They do. The Koreans are very exercised about this. Every time I meet them, I exchange notes with them and they ask us how we intend to deal with it. And I ask them how they are dealing with it. They don't have an answer, but it's a real problem. We have an advisory council on the impact of new media on society, AIMS. Mr. Cheong Yip Sing is chairing it and is studying these issues in detail. They've been thinking about this, I think, for quite many months now. I look forward to seeing the recommendations